I did receive chemo and radiation for that. And then I made it to be cured from that, like from given a death sentence was crazy. Like, and then just to fast forward to now, last October, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer, a very aggressive one. Breast cancer is aggressive, period, but this specific one that I had was attacking me. Initially I was just like, God, like, do I deserve this? Like, is there something that I did wrong? But looking back, there was a conversation that my medical team had with my parents when I was 13 saying, you know, the cancer could come back as a different form, but we weren't claiming that. We were declaring and decreeing that I would just be free of any illness. So it was a hard pill to swallow, but I'm like, okay, God, I guess you think I have 9 lives, like, or this is just part of my divine purpose that you have for me. And I'm going to be the vessel to represent God to people and just to inspire and to encourage. I am a nurse. I actually just graduated from my master's program, so I'll be a nurse practitioner.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I indulge in trading foreign currencies, what we all know as Forex. And no, it is not a scam. I am a media influencer. I'm going to be doing YouTube and podcasting as well. Oh, and I'm a Michigan State Spartan. And shout out to Tracy, because that is who we met. And I'm here today. I actually just finished my last radiation treatment today, which I'm so excited about. It's been hell on my body, but my spirit is strong and I'm still here. I'm grateful for that. And just to even be here to share my time and my story with you all as well. So.
You know, you said something where you said your spirit is very strong. And I believe like once you have a mindset to survive and that nothing is going to stop you, just having that mindset alone is what's going to help you progress and make sure you go through it and you get through every situation. So that's very important that, you know, you share that having the mindset and just the will to go on is honestly what gets a lot of people through some of the hardest situations.
Yes.
So I know you spoke a lot about your endeavors. So what drew you to that career path, those different fields?
So first and foremost, nursing. My experience with cancer the first time at age 13 is what drew me to become a nurse and to even continue on. Like, I was rendered amazing, superior, exceptional care as a child. And it's like, okay, God, how can I give back in some way, some exceptional way? So I decided to embark on nursing. And I love it. It does not feel like work. It's like I said, it's just paying back, like, and just being a living testimony, not even just simply administering medications or asking someone when was their last bowel movement, but like, I'm a living testimony. I can be inspiration and motivation to someone that is going through something maybe similar or not. That's what a nurse is. But first and foremost, the baseline for nursing is the prerequisite is to care about people. I've always been that. And so me going through the cancer, it solidified, it was confirmation that, okay, this is something that you need to do.
So you feel like being diagnosed with cancer at 13, you said that was like your clarifying moment of letting you know what your purpose was.
Exactly.
To help others through nursing.
Yes.
So what drew you to branch out into podcasting and YouTube and wanting to spread your message and help other survivors?
That's a great question. Like, so many people, like those close to me and just strangers, like, they have always said I have a way with words, and you know that it's genuine. But to me, I'm just being myself. And then I was reluctant at first because I'm like, well, people survive cancer every day. Like, what makes me so special. And one of my friends, like, I couldn't believe, she said, because of the grace, like, you've endured this so gracefully, never complain, nothing. And even on my down days, like, you were there to be there for me and to motivate me when you were in a low point yourself, and just being transparent about your journey. And it's from that, it's like people just want more. I'm like, in my mind, I'm just being myself and doing God's work and spreading the good news. But people want to hear more from me. Of course, more about my story. And that's where that came from. I'm just using my gifts and my testimony to help other people. That's it.
Okay. So is there a history of breast cancer in your family?
On my father's side, yes, which I did not know about until I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
So I know, October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a lot of our viewers are not, familiar with that. Being 13, you said you were diagnosed. Did you just go to a regular doctor's visit and, it came up, or how were you diagnosed?
It was a sequence of events. At that time, like, I was very involved in school at such a young age, like in cheer, in track, in tennis. So my days were filled, as well as like extracurricular activities and leadership positions. And I would just be so tired. And then at that age, we kind of are developing. I was losing weight rapidly, but again, it would just, oh, she's super active.
Yeah.
She's hitting puberty. She's kind of like developing into a woman. So initially my parents didn't think anything of it, but it was until I would get home like 5 or 6 in the evening, and I would sleep until it's time for me to get up for school the next day, not eating anything. It's like I wasn't hungry. It's like my body didn't require it. But all along, like, I was actively dying. And then another pivotal moment, I had an egg-sized tumor on the side of my neck, and I pointed it out to my parents, and they made the appointment immediately. Me just thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go to the doctor, like, get a checkup and see what's going on. But it's like the medical team, they had a very, I can't describe the energy that they had. I'm sorry about that. Someone
It's
called.
okay.
I'm a do not disturb them. I'm a do not disturb queen. But anyway, they just had this look in there. It was a different appointment. Like, they ran a bunch of tests. I had gotten x-rays, blood work, and they sent me home. And later that night, this is totally unheard of, like, this really happened. My pediatrician came knocking at my door with x-rays. Like,
wow.
he acted with a sense of urgency. And my mom was like, why is Dr. DeVry here? And she sent me to my room. I'm like, okay, my parents are talking, but I'm listening, like, with my ear to the door, and all I hear is cancer.
Yeah.
And I was just mind blown. Like, sorry, I'm trying to collect my thoughts and just keep my composure, but
It's okay.
I was, yes, just actively dying. And then even at that point, I'm like, is there something I did wrong? Like, and my parents, I can overhear them questioning themselves, like, she's healthy, we take good care of her. Like, is there something that we did? And then after that, after my doctor left, like, just so many family members came, like, pulling into the driveway. And I remember I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna come out of my room. Like, my parents, no one's coming to get me out. And I'm like, well, what's going on? No one even told me anything. I guess they didn't know how to. So I got on the computer and researched it myself, like, what cancer was.
Yeah.
And that was just a lot. But those were the sequential events that led up to me learning that I had stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for sharing, because I know this is like a hard subject, definitely, not only just to speak about the topic of cancer, but also to share with viewers and myself, the experiences that you went through. So thank you, because, just from speaking to you, this is my first experience speaking with you, but I do understand, like, when people go through something very traumatic, it's hard to say, but everything does happen for a reason. And I strongly believe that. I strongly believe in that testimony. Everything happens for a reason, whether it may be to build us into the person that we're meant to be, or like you said, to find our purpose. Because a
Yes.
lot of people don't know like what their purpose is and the reason they're on this earth. So, did you face any obstacles during your treatment process? And if so, how did you overcome those obstacles?
In both experiences, of course, with chemo, like I lost my hair. The first time I had gone through treatment, I got down to like 70 pounds. I was like a walking skeleton. And it was a transition between 8th and 9th grade. Of course, like high school, like I was like really insecure about that. I was sick all the time as a side effect of chemotherapy. I was immunocompromised, like meaning I couldn't even afford to get a common cold because it's like chemo is like an oxymoron. It's curing, but it's also destroying the good cells as well. Like it was just a lot. And just mentally, like I'm only a kid. Like, why is this happening right now?
Yeah.
And even with breast cancer, I said the same thing. I'm like, I do right by people. I am a firm believer in God. Like I practice and apply his principles to my everyday life. Like I try not to question God, but it's like, what's going on here? Like I don't understand. I can say like, although the staging was lower, stage 2 breast cancer this time around, like it was harder for me as an adult because I had to stop working bedside nursing, like being an immunocompromised person. I'm not able to render care to, sick people, especially with COVID being so prevalent. I wasn't able to be around family and friends because I had to protect my immune system. I even contracted COVID while going through chemotherapy for breast cancer. And that was that was very rough, but I'm here today because I got through it. I wasn't able to work, so of course finances became an issue, but I'm such an avid financial literacy person. Like I always saved. My credit, I never played about that. And just investing, like I've been fine like throughout this whole year of going through treatment for breast cancer. Yeah. That's pretty much, those are the struggles that I dealt with. I even had a bad breakup while going through breast cancer as well. Like someone left me that was supposed to hold my hand, not even supposed to, because I don't want to make it like I'm imposing myself or my battles are automatically someone else's. No, and I don't want to sound entitled either, but it's just like, wow, like how could you?
Yeah. What message would you like to provide for women in our community? Because definitely for Black women, I feel maybe they don't go and get their mammogram or don't know a lot about breast cancer, because personally, even for my mother, she shared with me yesterday, like she's never had a mammogram and she just got one yesterday for the very first time. And I know that's probably an experience that a lot of viewers have. They've probably never even heard of a mammogram or don't know how to schedule one. So what information or message would you like to provide for women?
First and foremost, my hallmark statement for not even just Black women, but all of us, like as a whole, be an advocate for yourself.
Yes.
I always would self-examine, just probably because of the nursing background and just I'm just health conscious. Like I go to the doctor for everything, but I just noticed a knot in my right breast and I knew something wasn't right. But I went to my primary healthcare provider. I let her know. I had a referral to see a breast specialist, and they initially told me that the the tumor I had was a cyst. Okay, so it was aspirated, meaning they took all of the fluid out. My thing with that is, considering my history, I've already survived one type of cancer. Okay, you took the fluid out, but you didn't take any tissue to be tested, considering my history. And it's like they shunned me, like I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, a few days later, the tumor filled even bigger. Like one of my breasts was out to here. And I'm like, with a cyst, it fills gradually.
Yeah.
With a tumor is something different. So it was aspirated once again. And the distinguishing factor between this time and the previous time was, of course, they took tissue. And about 2 days later, I got the phone call on a Sunday saying, Danielle, you have breast cancer.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I just feel like this could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still grateful nonetheless. I will also just say, like, to regularly self-examine yourself in a circular motion, like really feel like even all up in the armpit area. Like if you feel anything at all, I would schedule an appointment. I would communicate with my primary healthcare provider because it could save a life, seriously.
Yeah.
And pay attention to color. Like sometimes there will be discoloration, there will be drainage, along with a protruding tumor. Like just monthly, I would say to self-examine yourself. And if you truly feel like something isn't right, you don't have to take the first statement of medical advice that your team gives you.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. It's always important to have a second opinion.
Yes, it is your body.
Yeah, and if you feel like your provider is not doing what he or she should do, to go out and, like you said, advocate and speak up for yourself. Because if you don't care about your health, then it's like, who else will?
Exactly. And I'm so sad to say, like, as a healthcare provider myself, like they're quick to just shun people if you do not take your health seriously, especially Black women. I hate to be that person, but that is the reality.
It's a fact, honestly. And as Black women, you know, you have to be more prone to going to your appointments more regularly, making sure you go to your annual appointments and not just putting it off and saying, wow, I didn't go to the doctor in 5 years, there's nothing wrong. And also eating healthy and exercising, those are all important, you know, factors that a lot of people probably haven't even cared about much because of the pandemic, and we just all been stuck in the house.
Yes. I just feel the best cure for anything is preventative measure. You can't live a sedentary lifestyle and expect to be healthy. Also know your history, ask your parents questions, ask other family members, like, you know, has this ever come about in any one of our family members? Keeping up with the regular doctor's appointments. Like I said, preventative measure is the best intervention for any life-threatening disease.
Oh, sorry. So, how often should people get a mammogram? Is it like yearly? How often?
Generally it is yearly. It's circumstantial with, you know, specific cases like me where I'm a breast cancer patient. So it will be more prevalent, like maybe once, twice, or maybe 3 times a year. But generally it is yearly that you should get a mammogram. But monthly, please self-examine. I cannot say that enough, please.
Yes, definitely important. So viewers, I hope you guys are taking note of Danielle advising you guys to not wait until it's your yearly mammogram. You could self-examine. Should you best like self-examine after your monthly, or?
I would say before and after.
Okay, before and after your
sometimes our breasts can change during the menstrual period. Yeah. I would say before and after. Before, so you can have like a baseline, like, okay, this wasn't happening a few days ago, you know what I'm saying? And after, just because you can never be too sure.
Definitely. So to shift topics a little, what are your thoughts on GoFund Her? and the platform and what they're doing for women and girls?
I think Go Fund Her is going to be something bigger than we can ever imagine. I mean, as women, we're kind of a minority, but our foots are on the gas, like, and the guys a little bit intimidated by us, but it's just about the fellowship, the collaboration, the fact that Tracy took time out of her life, like, to think this is bigger than me. This can impact little girls, women of any age. And I just think it's such a big deal. Like, it's phenomenal. That's even an understatement.
Yeah.
It opens the door. It's like a link, like a link. Like, what you do for one woman, you open a business, you can do something for the next woman. Like, wow, like, she really did that. Like, I can do that too.
Yeah. But the craziest thing, I really am amazed by Tracy. Like you said, she does so much in a day. And, she's a CEO that not only speaks about what she's going to do, but she also follows through with action through Go Fund Her and City Girls Big Dreams, where it's not just mentorship, but like she's actually like physically helping, each user figure out how can she help them financially, gaining them funds for their business or their dreams, and then giving them guidance on how step by step, how she can help them reach their goal. Like, that's very unique.
It really is. Tracy, just, even with my first few encounters with her at Michigan State, I knew she was different. I knew she was genuine, and I knew she was a leader. And I'm just still so amazed by her. I love her so much. Like, and I'm just so thankful that she considered me to be here today and to even help me, like, creating this so that it can not only help me, but be a benefactor to other people, because that's what I'm doing. It's not just about me, like, acquiring profit. Like, no, like, I need this resource so that I can help other people. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely happy we both have that link of Tracy where we were able to meet each other, speak with one another. This is our first time meeting, but it's just so inspiring to hear your story and how your spirits are so high. And I'm just truly, like, blown away by you. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
thank you.
Very inspiring. So what are your long-term goals you have for your career?
I have, my biggest goal is to just not box myself in. And even in the Bible, like, you're not supposed to sit on your gifts. With me being the way I am with words, my testimony, my creativity, like, I'm trying to change the world. Like, I really am. That's so far-fetched to say, and I don't say that in, like, an arrogant air or anything like that, but I'm here to transform lives through digital creation, through my words, with podcasting, through YouTube, and as well as nursing, like, rendering care to other people. I just want to do everything. I'm sorry, like, so it's not like the only goal is to transform people's lives positively, honestly, and everything else kind of just branches off from there.
But they all intertwine.
Say that one more time.
They all intertwine with one another because it's all about the bigger goal of getting the message across and helping other people.
I know. So I'm sorry I didn't fully answer your question. I feel so
no,
bad.
You did.
I'm just being transparent, like, and honest. Like, that's the honest to God truth. I'm just here to positively transform lives and inspire people.
Well, you definitely are doing that. Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
So do you have any significant women that you were influenced by, or you are still influenced by today?
Definitely Lori Grenier. A lot of people don't know her. She's on that famous TV show, Shark Tank. She is a business mastermind. Yes, like,
I love her.
it's like whatever she puts her mind to, like she really does it. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't work one way, like she's going to figure it out to make it work another way. She is a giver. She definitely helps other people to get their businesses up and running. I'm also really inspired by, this is cliche, but Oprah. Like she's amazing. I just feel like there's nothing that she cannot do at all.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Well, those are two amazing women to
Yeah.
be inspired by. And honestly, I definitely love Shark Tank, and I definitely know who Lori is.
Really?
I do, yeah. I love tuning into that show, and I binge watch it all the time.
Yes.
So,
It's been years. I've been watching it for years.
yes.
Do you have a favorite person?
Honestly, I want to say Mark Cuban.
Oh yeah, I love Mark Cuban.
I do, because it's so interesting to, with technology and social media now, it's like it allows you to get like an insight into all these different entrepreneurs and just these amazing minds where you get to see like where they started from, and they share advice. And that's the same thing you're doing. It's like you're sharing your experience with another woman or girl that might be going through what she went through maybe 5 years ago or even today. So it's like you're giving them your testimony of like, never give up and have high spirits, because there's no reason why you can't come through this.
No, and you can, like, in a lot of my posts, I always capitalize the CAN when I'm speaking about cancer, because you can, like, people hear that and they automatically just attach like an end all be all. No.
Yeah.
If you look at my page, like I have not stopped living my life like since cancer. Granted, like I've had my moments, but all I can say is God's grace. Like that's it. Everybody always compliments me on how well that I fought the battle and my spirit and my positivity. But to me, it's just like I'm just being myself, and I can only do this by God, through God, and I'm here today.
That's definitely true. So if viewers want to get in touch with you or hear more about your testimony and your journey, how can they listen to your podcast, your YouTube channel, or even connect with you on Instagram?
So my Instagram is at the doses of Danny. My YouTube, I will be posting my first vlog. My name on YouTube is the doses of Danny.
Okay.
Yes, my podcast, I am still like perfecting and record. I have a lot of episodes recorded already. I just don't, I'm not the type to just put anything out there. So I'm kind of a perfectionist. So we have to be more patient with that. But if you just go on my Instagram page, everything is pretty much there.
Yes. Okay. So you said your very first video is coming soon. Do you have like a time limit of when, viewers should expect to tune in, maybe this month, next month, or should they just follow you on Instagram and keep updated?
I would say follow me, hit the notification button, but I will say next month for sure. But you gotta go to my page to stay tuned and find out. Because I'm always posting like a teaser or something like that, just to increase the anticipation. So
Well, I'm definitely going to follow you on Instagram if I haven't already. And so should everyone else, because like I said before, I know myself and a lot of viewers were so excited to tune in today to hear from you, not only about your journey, but your testimony. And I know you've blown me away, and I'm sure you've blown a lot of these viewers away, but just your high spirit.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do.
And it was like really an honor to hear from you. And I'm just glad, like I said before, we both had that common denominator of Tracy, and we were able to meet up today and speak about this.
Yes. I just thank you for taking time out of your day. I'm just also thankful for Tracy for having me on her platform. I'm just humbled and blessed and grateful. That's how I'm feeling. And let's continue to transform lives in a positive way.
Well, just to let you know, We will be posting this video on Go Fund Her's YouTube channel. So we're
Okay.
definitely going to tag you in there. And I hope from that, our viewers definitely follow you on your YouTube channel and subscribe to you. So I just want to say thank you again for taking the time out and speaking with me today. It was definitely amazing. And I hope that we
No
have you on
problem.
here again.
Yes, you will. I thank you so much for your time today. And I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to watching it on YouTube.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. We'll definitely share you the link and everything so you can
Okay.
have it. So thank you once again, Danielle.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us for another dream session. You know, we had an amazing dream session today featuring Danielle Drake, a cancer survivor and the CEO of the Purpose to Passion. And we got a chance to not only learn about her uplifting story, but to hear more about, you know, cancer awareness and how important it is to take the time out, not only to make your annual appointments, but to do self-examinations. Like she said, you know, you should do it annually every month, maybe twice a month before or after your cycle. Make sure, guys, you are taking care of your health, because if you don't care about your health and you don't advocate for yourself, you know, no one else will. And I'm just so honored that we had the opportunity to speak with Danielle today. Like, she truly blew me away. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again. Make sure you guys are following us on Go Fund Her on Instagram and City Girls Big Dreams on Instagram. Make sure you turn on the notifications so you don't miss another dream session. And if you haven't already, check out City Girls Big Dreams, view our blogs, and also check out the press release of what we have coming up for this month, which is also Breast Cancer Awareness and Domestic Violence Month. Okay, thank you again, guys, for faithfully supporting GoFundHer.com and City Girls Big Dreams. Once again, my name is Kim Moy Chin. I am a Go Fund Her and City Girls Big Dreams broadcasting producer, and I'm so happy that we had a successful dream session today, and we will have many more to come. So stay tuned. Bye now.